We are not daily beggars that beg from door to door.
We are your neighbor's children. Love and joy come to you, and to you at Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. God bless the master of this house, likewise the mistress so, and all the little children that round the table go. Love and joy come to you, as we do at Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year.
One Christmas was so much like the other. In those days around the corner now, out of all sound, except for the distant speaking of voices, I sometimes hear a moment before I sleep, and I can never remember whether it snowed for 6 days and 6 nights when I was 12.
The far-off challenge of our enemy and brave the neighbor's polar cat.
But soon the voice grew louder. Cried Mrs. Prothero, and she beat the dinner gong. We ran down the garden with snowballs in our arms toward the house, and smoke indeed was pouring out of the dining room.
And the gong was bombulating.
And Mrs. Prothero was announcing to it like a town fire in combat. Fire! Fire!
This was better than all the cats in Wales standing on a wall in a row. We bounded into the house.
Laden with snowballs.
And we stopped at the open door of the smoke-filled room.
Something was burning all right. Perhaps it was Mr. Prothero, who always slept there after lunch with a newspaper over his face.
But he was standing in the middle of the room saying, "A fine Christmas," and smacking at the smoke with a slipper.
Call the fire brigade!
Right, Mrs. Prothero, as he beat the gong.
Well, they won't be there.
Said Mr. Prothero.
It's Christmas.
There was no fire to be seen.
Only clouds of smoke.
And Mr. Prothero standing in the middle of them, waving his slipper as though he were conducting.
Well, do something.
And we threw all our snowballs into the smoke. I think we missed Mr. Prothero. And we ran out of the house to the telephone box. Let's call the police as well.
And the ambulance.
And Ernie Jenkins.
Oh.
He likes fires.
Oh, but we only called the fire brigade. Fire, 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 pour on water, pour on water.
And soon the fire engine came. And 3 tall men in helmets brought a hose into the house. And Mr. Prothero got out just in time before they turned it on.
Fire, 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 pour on water, pour on water. Nobody could have had a noisier Christmas Eve. Me and I pray my masters be merry, Estes in convivio, Cabra preda ferro, Rens and domino. This roasted goose, as I understand, is the fairest dish in all the land, which thus bedecked with a gay garland, let us to hear a canticle. Cabra preda ferro, Rens and domino.
After dinner, the uncles sat in front of the fire and slept.
Mothers, aunts, and sisters scuttled to and fro bearing tureens, and Aunt Bessie, who had already been frightened twice by a clockwork mouse, whimpered at the sideboard and had some elderberry wine.
Auntie Dosey would have 3 aspirins.
I have a headache.
And Auntie Hannah, who liked port, stood in the middle of the snowbound backyard singing like a big-bosomed thrush. The holly and the ivy, when they're all full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood. The holly bears the crown.
I would blow up balloons. And when they burst, which they always did, the uncles jumped in the rumble.
In the rich and heavy afternoon, the uncles breathing like dolphins and the snow descending, I would sit among festoons and Chinese lanterns and nibble dates and try to make a model man of war.
Following the instructions for little engineers.
And produce what might be mistaken for a sea-going tram car.
I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.